This show is sponsored by Hulu Plus. Hulu Plus lets you binge on thousands of hit shows anywhere, anytime on your TV, PC, smartphone, or tablet. Support this podcast and get an extended free trial of Hulu Plus when you go to huluplus.com/Joey. That's huluplus.com/Joey. And by DollarShaveClub.com. Get high-quality razors sent to your door each and every month for a fraction of what you pay at retail. Now, go to DollarShaveClub.com/church. That's DollarShaveClub.com/church. Or just go to joeydiaz.net and click on the Dollar Shave Club banner.
I'm a straight rider. You don't wanna fuck with me.
Oh shit. Oh motherfucking shit. Oh shit. It's Monday, cocksuckers. Get up, scratch your ass, scratch your nuts, wash that pussy, do what you need to do. There's something out there waiting for your life, cocksuckers. Hit that motherfucker, Lee. What? As a fucking writer, get up. It's December 2nd, you fucking maggots. Smile. It's your fucking day in front of the camera, cocksuckers. It's a beautiful day to be alive. Jumping jack, leg stretches, squats, whatever the fuck you gotta do. A good shit, a good bowl of oatmeal, some blueberries.
What deals are you giving away for Cyber Monday?
You can smell my dick for $1. That's what you get for Cyber Monday, cocksuckers. Happy Monday to you motherfuckers. Hope you had a great weekend here. We're back, bitches. The church of what's happening now. Lee Syatt, Mad Flavor, and the assistant for the week, my main man, Dickie Syatt. What's happening, Lee? Where the fuck you been all weekend?
Nothing got me so high on Saturday night that we went to Denny's yesterday, and I didn't get any eggs. I said double pancakes, double bacon.
You just killed the eggs. You said, fuck the cholesterol.
Fuck it.
I'm going for broke, cocksucker.
Oh,
We've been
Jesus.
getting you high since Wednesday night.
I
We don't
know.
fuck around. Good Life Podcast, Rock or BC. The fucking gangster, my man,
Sal
Oliboz.
Yeah.
We had a good time up there.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Nice weekend in San Diego. Great fucking club. Good food. Good service, you know. The door is by the stage. I don't like that, but what are you going to do? You can't fucking get everything, you know.
No, everyone was very nice, and it's always fun going to those shows.
It's a fucking, listen, man, those shows, I like doing them. I like being on stage and doing comedy, but I like it afterwards. I like when I talk to people, I can bullshit to people. And that wasn't a great scenario out front there. We couldn't blow fucking bazookas, and not everybody was smoking big dope. So next time I'll go to a different venue, something with a backyard where we're not so fucking in the forefront. I like being, you know, right there, fucking with a lot of people. Stop breathing on the mic, one of you cocksuckers.
I turned it down.
I got enough problems, you know what I'm saying? You're over there falling asleep and like snorting somebody's fucking piece of bread they left on the mic and shit. My commission's at the ride. What, cocksucker? What? Tell me something good, Lisa. Yeah.
Nothing, dude. It's been a crazy weekend. I don't know. I wish I had more to tell you. It's been a long weekend, and I'm fucking hungover from all the edibles. But you know what was good? Those CBD ones. It's kind of the Chiba Chews. Like it was intense, but it didn't like take me over the edge where I was like having a panic attack.
No, it's 70 milligrams, and it's got the pain relief in it. So the pain relief hits you in like 30 minutes, but the reefer hits you in like 15 minutes to relieve the pain. So together, it's it's one of the best ideas I've ever heard in my life. There's nights I come back from a gym or a Y and I'm a little sore, and I'll pop one of those fucking CBDs like a soldier, just because I know. So there's nothing wrong with those. But we'll tell you something that's bothering me. Let's get it out of the fucking way, people. We had D'Agostino with us and Steve Simone in San Diego.
Yeah, great show.
It's not my business to tell this story, but I'm going to tell it because there's a moral to this fucking story, and it applies to a lot of you people. It applies to all of us at one point in our fucking lives. And I want you to stick by this fucking rule, because if you don't stick by it, nothing's going to pan out for you. Mm-hmm. D'Agostino's a dear friend of ours. He works at the Ha Ha Cafe. Okay? I gave him this week a month ago. I gave him this weekend in San Diego. It had to be fucking 2 months ago. Okay, so he went to his manager at the Ha Ha and said, listen, this week I'm taking off. They said, fine, as long as you make up the fucking hours. D'Agostino went in there, worked the hours, did everything he had to do. On Friday, he called up, and they suspended him for a week with no pay.
What?
Okay, and I've always known this, and you know what? This is gonna backlash me, but I don't really give a fuck because there's a moral to this story. And the moral is, D'Agostino's a great guy. When people hire you sometimes, and when people, you do something for somebody, like if you go to them and you go, yeah, I'd like to come work with you, okay. And then after they give you the job, you drop oh, by the way, I'm also a fucking painter, or I'm also a poet. I need Sundays off. And they'll look you straight in the fucking eye and they go, listen, this is an artist colony. We're here to fuel the flames of artistry. They tell you some fucking bullshit story. And it's the same bullshit story your aunt and uncle tell you, or sometimes your parents tell you, because they don't understand what you're getting into and they're scared for you. Some people are scared for you, and that I understand. I'm sure at one time Lee came to you and said he wanted to do something. You said yes, but in your heart you were a little scared for him. And then after he does it, it just happens in life. And sometimes some parents go, you're fucking crazy. You can't even clean your fucking room. You can't even clean your fucking room. How are you going to jump off a mountain with a fucking parachute? You know, and that's true too. We have sometimes, well, I'm going to be president of the United States. You get a D in fucking art. You got a D in finger painting, and you got to be a fucking there's just people who are delusional. But sometimes you wake up one morning, you know what, man? I don't want to be a fucking brick mason no more. I don't want to bust my balls. I want to go out and play the guitar and teach fucking kids how to play the guitar. It makes $8 an hour, but I have no stress. And people look at you right away. What are you, a fucking loser? You giving up a union? Whatever the opportunity is, there's always somebody to come fuck with you. But there's two different people. There's people that fuck with you the way I fuck with Lee, from the love of my heart. And there's people that fuck with you in a way that it goes to hold you down. So they suspended this kid with no fucking pay.
It's the best thing that's ever happened to
And
him.
it's the best thing that's ever fucking happened to him. But at the same fucking time, I'm going to tell you something, people. And anybody who ever stepped in my dream, I never spoke to them again.
Yeah, he shouldn't go back.
If you call me a fat spick, my mother sucked dick, a fat Jew, whatever the fuck you want to call me, that doesn't offend me. If you got a problem with my comedy or whatever, that doesn't offend me. If you got a problem with the podcast, we all don't like anything. But don't ever get in somebody's fucking dream or tell them no or squash them because of your fucking insecurities. That gets to me like nothing else in the fucking world.
Yeah. He's worked there for years. This isn't a new job. And I talked to him last week. He was working the day opening shift, and they called him and said, I can't come in at night. So he worked the whole shift.
The whole shift.
Just
and
to
told
have
them I have that weekend off, and they said yes.
Just to have a weekend off.
And you know what, man? It's people that stand behind the fucking lie. Anybody, I'm telling you, that's why I say this to anybody. Don't let nobody fuck with your fucking dream at any fucking level. As soon as they say something negative about your dream, you know what? It's not even that you're mad at them. You're done with them. Because if they can't back you with your dream, it's like you getting stabbed and they're with you at a movie theater. If they can't jump in to back you, I don't want to ever see you again. There's no reason for me to fucking hang out with you again. You know what? We all get scared of life. But if somebody's beating up or hitting one of my friends or something, happened a couple weeks ago at the fucking farmer's market. I can't go back. I can't fucking go back. No, I can't go back to the fucking farmer's market because I stuck up for the little security guard that was getting $8 an hour on a Sunday. But this is our society today, where they talk about getting bullied. This man was getting bullied by paparazzi. Bullied by paparazzi. I don't give a fuck. If I see a mismatch, I'm jumping in there. And that's the same thing about things to do with life. If somebody gets in my way with a dream or something stupid, and I advise it for you too because it'll make your life that much easier. It's hard enough trying to live your dream, not seeing this person constantly and then banging it out. You say, how you doing with that comedy? And you look at them and you're like, I just bought you a fucking cheeseburger and you're stepping on my fucking dream. You know what? Suck my fucking dick.
Yeah.
Don't ever let me fucking see you again, because next time I'll piss on you while you're fucking standing there. And after you lie down, I'll piss on you again like that dude in G's up, hose down. That's my point for the day. Don't let nobody step on your fucking dream. There's 1,000 miserable fucking people out there that'll tell you why you're gonna fucking, why you're not gonna fucking make it. And it sucks dick when it happens. It sucks. And I knew he was a little, when I talked to him on the phone that day, he was kind of jaded. Sure, you're jaded. These are the people you break bread with.
Yeah.
These aren't some fucking strangers. These are people you fucking break bread with.
Now, do you think, and it's not you, but do you think because you don't go down there as much anymore, do you think it's because he was working with you?
Well, there's a lot of reasons. They don't like me. I don't fucking like them. They make $8,000 a fucking week off comics there. And when you go to get paid $20, they fucking turn their back on you. They don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I never asked them for money because I knew I don't feel like taking a fucking cent from me or whatever, but they don't like me. I don't really like them, and I don't give a fuck. They use me the way I use them. I use them to get my comedy better, and they use me to close the show. I would never let them put my name on the marquee to make a dime off me. Never. Never, not even fucking close.
You never put it on Twitter or anything?
No, they've asked me 1,000 times to do this and this, and I don't do none of that shit because I don't want to get to that point. Because if I know you're gonna rob me, if I don't know you're gonna rob me and you rob me, that's one thing. But if I know you're gonna rob me and you rob me, I don't have the right to smack you. The only person I could smack is myself for doing fucking business with you, and that's it. I can't. You follow what I'm saying to you? So I just kept them at fucking arm's distance. Yeah, I'll come down on Wednesday, do a spot. Do you want to give me a spot on Friday? She's even told me no a couple times. So I know you don't want me down there. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's not my home. It's not my place.
And I know what it is to have to pay rent, so I know why it's scary. But this is like the thing where they had me come in on a Saturday night. Like, this is the thing. Now he's going to realize he doesn't need to work with them for the whole week. They just fucked up.
Listen, man, when somebody steps on your fucking dream, that's it. You're pretty much done. And it's the best thing that happened to D'Agostino. Mm-hmm. It's not like he's got children and he's got a big responsibility. He's got half a fucking rent with his wife, and his wife works. He's got 2 fucking car payments. He's a great kid. I love the kid. I love the kid.
Yeah.
I stand behind him 100%. And I saw it. You know, I saw how they are, and I don't give a fuck if this bites me in the ass. My whole fucking life bit me in the fucking ass. They could all suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? It's Monday. Where's Tony Bennett, bitch?
Oh, shit.
Hit it. Hit that motherfucker, Mr. Syatt. Let's break out some weed. Where does that goomy bear at? Let's start the Monday.
I was wondering when you were going to
You know what I'm
start.
saying? What the fuck? Sing it, Lee.
I wanna be around
Are you fucking kidding me or what?
to pick up the pieces.
When somebody breaks your heart.
Somebody twice as smart.
Oh, shit. When was the last time you had a goomy with your coffee? Who does that in Florida? Nobody.
Nobody. I have
We
no
live like
reason.
fucking doctors here.
Will swear to be
Tremendous.
So how was, you put it on Twitter, but I didn't get to ask you, but how was Yo Gabba Gabba?
It was brilliant. It was brilliant because they rob you without a gun.
Really?
It's the worst stage show I've ever seen in my life. It's a black guy with a bunch of puppets singing, stepping out of fucking tune. Then the last half hour, Biz Markie comes on. Like, kids
He
ain't
does?
scared enough. Yeah, he's the rapper.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he comes up fucking hysterical, and then he brings kids on stage. My daughter was too young. You know, it shocked her. When they first came out, she was in shock. She even, like, looked at me and crawled over. Like, she was shaking. The music was loud.
Yeah.
Then once she recognized the songs and shit, well, there's a party in my tummy. Go, yummy. Go, yummy. There's a party in my tummy. Go, yummy. Ooh, Mr. Carrot, why are you crying? We want to go to the party in your tummy. Fucking, she went in that one, and there's one other jam that she liked. And after that, you know, they have a halftime for you to spend money. Go out there and buy T-shirts. I bought the lights that spin around.
Oh, yeah?
Sure, I didn't bring cash, so all that shit was cash. They had an ATM, but they want like $8 to give you fucking $10. They're fucking thieves.
Of course, yeah.
But it was, listen, I never did that shit as a kid. And listen, as a parent, Mr. Syatt, you sit there and you go, what the fuck am I doing here? But you know that it makes your kids' world, and you want to see
went
that
all the
shit.
time.
And I saw the kids and how they acted, and I saw the single moms, and I saw the families, and you just see this beautiful fucking thing that I never looked at before. I never looked at it before because I never thought I would have one. You know, so I never even bothered to look into that window of my life. But it's very neat to see, and I had to pee, and I was getting anxiety. I ate a cookie. I ate a pot cookie because I didn't want to smell like reefer. Oh, my God, was that a fucking mistake? I kept looking at all these little fucking kids surrounding me. It's like being on Mars. All these little kids dressed up like DJ Lance with orange hats and shit. You know, and it's like $300. They fucking fuck you up the ass. But
Yeah.
it's not about you and about getting fucked up the ass. It's about making your child smile. It's about making somebody's fucking day, you know? We had lunch. My friend's kid came with us, Jade,
Oh, cool.
the Asian little kid.
You love her.
Oh, I love my Jade. I love Jade with all my heart. She's 7, and she calls me Uncle Joey since day one, and she's just a great kid, you know. And I like her brothers, too. I like kids, man. I've always liked kids, and they're a nice family, and they're serious, so that's it. Just went down there. got in my fucking car, drove home, took a shower to wash the flu off me. And then I got dressed and drove down to fucking San Diego in 2 hours in the daytime. 2:15 maybe in the daytime.
Yeah.
San Diego's a pretty city. It really is. I just didn't know there was that many fucking people down there on a Friday and Saturday night walking around.
Oh, they go crazy.
It's really sensational. And the food is great. You know, San Diego's a big-ass fucking city. Like, it's just... And at night, it's gorgeous. When you drive off the fucking 5 and drive onto downtown, it's fucking beautiful. It's just amazing, you know. But I'm happy a lot of people came out and we had a fucking good time and people were jumping up and down and whatnot. And that's it. By the way, Mrs. Syatt pointed something out that I really wanted to talk about today. Onnit's having a Black Monday sale. Till tonight.
Cyber Monday.
Cyber Monday sale. 25% off till midnight. Do me a favor. I'm more and more impressed with them. I've never been impressed with supplements by no fucking level. I don't believe people. I don't give a fuck. I'm more and more impressed with them. Like I said, every morning I do the hemp shake, the chocolate. I finish my vanilla, and I put a scoop of glutathione in there for the fucking muscles. And I don't eat for a few fucking hours. It fills me. That protein fucking fills me. That's what protein's supposed to fucking do. It's supposed to fill you the fuck up. You know, when I go to this jiu-jitsu, this kettlebell class, an hour before, I drop 2 of those Shroom Tech Sports. And I'll tell you what, do I go in there and jump up and down like I got PF fucking flyers on? No. But I know for a fact, for a 50-year-old guy, I'm breathing better. You know, my timing's better, so I'm not feeling like I'm going to fucking pass out and go into anxiety. So the Shroom Tech's working. Go to fucking onnit.com. Go to joeydiaz.net. Click on the box. What's the code word?
Church.
And you get 10% off. I don't know if it's additional or whatever, but who gives a fuck? Go to Cyber Monday. Support Onnit. They support us, and they're a great fucking product like anything else I back. All right? Stay black. That's all I got to fucking tell you, cocksuckers, today. I just want to remind you about Cyber Monday. Go now. Right now. Go to fucking Onnit and cut this shit. See what they got going on. They got ropes. They got fucking kettlebells. They got all types of nutrients. They even sell fucking stevia. And guess what? It comes right to your fucking door. You don't got to leave the goddamn house. And that's the best part about life. While they're fucking moving around, driving in traffic, you're at home scratching your nuts with a big bazooka in your mouth, watching New England kick the fuck out of Texans. Oh, they only won by 3, but they still squeak it out, man. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying?
It's fucking scary, but I loved it. But you know what was crazy? Fucking, I shopped on Amazon on Friday. Came yesterday. It's fucking awesome. I don't know why.
Amazon.com cut a deal with the post office for Sunday delivery. Can you imagine how much that costs one company to...
And we got an Amazon portal. People say you can't find it. It's on there. It's on in those links along with whatever. Just click onto it and we'll make it work for you, right? But people have been asking me, Joey, it's the holiday season. We want to donate to the podcast through the Amazon fucking portal. Go. Knock yourself out. I love you guys for even bringing that shit up. The shirts, the patches, the cups, they're all coming. Everybody's going to have a fucking Church of What's Happening Now patch for their fucking gi. Whether it's karate, ballet, jiu-jitsu, I don't give a fuck. Whether you wear a little fag suit and jump around on the weekends, there's going to be a church patch on there. You're going to be representing. It's going to be like a get out of fucking a jail-free card. Anytime you're a church member and you see a motherfucker with a church patch on, if he's in a beef, you jump over and you represent with a fucking nunchuck. You hit that motherfucker with a candle. I don't give a fuck. You understand me? It's Monday, November 2nd. Get up, cocksuckers.
I don't know why you'd have a candle on.
So because you're trying to Jewish lightning. You don't want fingerprints. You follow me? A lighter, that's fucking fundamental. Anybody could carry a lighter. Walk around with a fucking candle. That's the tough motherfuckers right there. Anybody got a lighter.
An already lit candle?
An already lit. Just walk around like you're looking for fucking Frankenstein. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Fuck it, cocksuckers.
Oh my God, you're fucking crazy.
Another thing I want to tell you people too that's really important. You know, I get all these emails on the weekends. Yesterday I answered like 80 fucking emails. A lot to do with addiction. That we're helping people out by talking about addiction stories and how you fucking recover. This is fucking easy, people. But I got to talk to you about 2 things that's real important. Number 1, man, you know what? Whatever the fuck you want to do, don't put a ceiling on you. Like I always heard, when I first heard that expression, I thought it was the best expression I ever heard in my life. Never put a ceiling on your life. Like, just fucking go for it. Just fucking go for it. Who gives a fuck? And we're all going to the movies together on the 25th.
I can't wait.
You know, and I can't wait either. We're going to get popcorn. The church is going on a school fucking outing. When was the last time your fucking church took you to the fucking movies and you smoked dope and you ate edibles and you got to hang out with a flying fucking Jew on Christmas Eve? Christmas Day, that's what we're doing this year. We haven't picked a movie to yet because we don't know what Grudge Match is going to be. Somebody sent me a very interesting email, and I want to talk about it. They said, you're making this thing. What if the movie sucks? Who gives a fuck? 7 out of 10, the movie's going to suck. They all fucking suck. It's not a fucking movie. It's about a fat fucking felon that was confused just like you motherfuckers are. That didn't know what the fuck he was going to do and just started doing something and stuck with it. And eventually, while all these motherfuckers were going to parties and ha-ha-ha-ing it and going on Comedy Central, I must have hit the right nerve and got on the right fucking movie. That's it.
Yeah.
We're not celebrating nothing else. We're celebrating movement. We're not even celebrating me. We're celebrating fucking movement. That there is fucking hope for your pathetic fucking ass. Because I was a pathetic cocksucker, and there's hope. They don't know. They never don't know I used to rob fucking people. You know what I'm saying? With new chucks and a candle. They don't fucking know. The point is, we're celebrating movement, cocksuckers. Yeah. And sometimes that's the best thing in the world to celebrate. You see one of your friends or somebody you like, and he makes a fucking killing, you celebrate movement. You don't celebrate him. Who gives a fuck about that fucking cocksucker?
Yeah, that's kind of a shitty thing to say. I mean,
it wasn't a shitty thing to say. It's correct. I felt the same way when I opened my mouth, but who gives a fuck? This is the church, and it's all about fucking movement. It's about movement. It's about being somewhere and then being somewhere else in a short period of time, and you put your balls on the line, and you don't give a fuck, and you don't look back, and you don't look, nobody step in your fucking way, and if they do step in your way, you kick them in the fucking nuts, and you spit on them, and you go, fuck you, cocksucker.
Yeah, well,
this train is moving forward, you know what I'm saying?
I guess, but like I hate when people do that when like just even let's say the movie sucks. Let's say it's a bomb.
Let's say it sucks.
You worked hard on it. The director, everyone on it worked hard on it. So I mean, yeah, it sucked, but why not go and have a good time Christmas night? I just hate like that's something I had to work. Like, why would that be the first place your mind goes when it says Joey Diaz and Lee are gonna go and we're gonna have fun and have popcorn? Why would your first thing be like, what if the movie sucked?
Remember when you told one of your friends? Remember when you were with 4 of your friends and Lee probably told your friends, I'm thinking of moving out to L.A. One of them said, what do you want to go out there for with all those faggots and fucking freaks and fucking Mexicans? Right or wrong? What do you want to go out there with all those fucking freaks out there at the beach playing bongo drums and walking around barefoot? Those are the same people.
Yeah.
They're scared before the party even fucking starts.
Yeah.
They get scared before the party even starts. As they're getting dressed, they look in the mirror and they say, fuck this ain't gonna work. Mm-hmm. And that's why you don't look in the fucking mirror. You just go straight. They don't want you to look in the fucking mirror. Just go straight. Who gives a fuck what you look like? As long as you got your one hand on your cock and the other hand on your heart, it don't give a fuck what you're wearing, bitch. They don't give a fuck what you're wearing. When you go to hell, you think they give a fuck what you're gonna have on? But you got one hand on your cock and one hand on your heart, and they can't burn them. And that's what makes you move fucking forward. Tell them, Dickie Syatt. These fucking youngsters don't know.
No, when Lee came out to California, he had that job with America's Funniest Home Videos. I don't know if anybody told him not to do it, but he was a savage.
He's a savage.
He packed his car up and went to California.
You know what? Let's eat a fucking edible. I'm over now. Talking about savages. Lee, you're eating the whole thing today, guys. Okay. Me and fucking Dickie just got a little piece.
Looks like we're having breakfast delivered.
What kind of breakfast?
I don't know. Fuck it. Something that. But
Fuck it.
But no, it's crazy. I'm getting it more now.
Eat half and give the other half to Zombo.
Don't eat half of it.
Eat half of it. Who gives a fuck? Because whatever he don't eat, you're eating.
That's fine. I do it more.
That's his real son right there. He's taking the bullet for his dad.
But so I'm getting it more now that I'm not working a full-time job, because it's what you were saying. It's putting a ceiling on what you can make. I could make, I made X amount of dollars working a job every day, and that's great to have. But if I work hard at this, I could make way more than that. If I do a shitty job, I can make less. But like the hope, it's scary to people. And I know the guy who asked you the question wasn't trying to be an asshole.
No, but I'm not mad.
I just hate the question.
He asked me like going, Joey, aren't you scared that the movie's gonna suck and you're sitting there with your friends? You know, like when you dress up like a Boston Red Sox and you go to a game and they lose and you gotta walk home with that Red Sox suit on. Like a fucking idiot. You got your hat on. It's like going to a Halloween costume and you got the worst outfit. How you gonna have a drink now? You're self-conscious. I got the ugliest fucking Halloween suit at the party. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, there's some people that they look at that shit, you know. I don't look at that. I look at the accomplishment. The fucking, just the from zero to fucking coming out and not knowing, because we don't know.
I love going to movies like that with friends though, because I know the first time you're on stage, like everyone's gonna scream "Coco!" and like the poor fucking 10 people who were in that theater who didn't know about it. And
Listen, we're taking over a movie theater.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever done this on Christmas fucking Day. Nobody. Not even Al Pacino when Godfather 3 came out. You understand? It came out on Christmas Day. Godfather 3 came out Christmas Day. People were furious. Furious. How can a movie like that come out Christmas Day? I went. What are your options? You want to sit around with a bunch of boring fucking Anglos, or you want to go to a fucking movie and smoke some dope and see Al Pacino kill white people? What would you rather fucking do? Huh?
Yeah.
They don't get it. I don't give a fuck. I'm happy that I was in it. Do you understand that 20 years ago I sat in a fucking room crying at night, circling comedy clubs that I was going to play at, hopefully someday if I was good? Hopefully someday, you know? Because I was a piece of shit. I got locked up. I had no mother. You know, God didn't choose me on the right side. I might as well have been one of those black people in Africa with flies on me. Fuck it! It's Monday, cocksuckers. Wake up these neighbors. Fucking break a window.
Oh god, this is the last straw. I already know it.
Fuck these people. You gotta let them know who the Captain Kirk is in the Enterprise. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god. If anyone has an apartment for rent out there in greater Los Angeles.
Fucking apartment. We're gonna get you a tent. You're going back out in the fucking woods like a soldier. Like what's that?
Back to the woods. I've never been in the woods.
Fucking back to the woods. You've been up in Boston. You go to Maine or whatever, don't you?
Yeah.
And jump up and down. You're going back to the woods. We're taking it back deep to the murky waters of the underworld. What's up, Mrs. Syatt? You high?
Very high.
You ain't seen nothing yet. You want to roll another one? You know how to roll a joint? You still got
Yeah, I still know.
I fucking don't have no more papers. I'm slipping. And there was papers here. That fucking maid took them. That cocksucker. Yes, she did, because I left her red orange roll here, remember?
No.
Yeah, don't say no. Don't fucking keep telling me no. I know what I'm talking about here.
I left it on the roll.
Let's look at all this weed here. Oh, there's more joints over here. Thank God, because we're running out of reefer. What is the Jesus? How much weed is there here?
I know.
You gotta get it together, Lee. And then there's a bag of fucking roaches. That if there's ever an earthquake and we're locked in here, Lee's gonna make $1 million a fucking roach. Those roaches are deadly in there. Look at it.
Yeah.
You should put that in your luggage. Take it down. The plane will go fucking down. Combustion. That thing hasn't been opened. That little canister of roaches.
It stinks.
It stinks. You open that, you dip it, you clean all the ashes, you open up each joint, you roll it into a big fucking joint. That's where the hash comes in. It just caramelizes on the weed from you inhaling. Right up here. So now there's 20 of those joints in a joint. You know?
There's more than 20 of those. Fucking. I'm surprised you're not gonna take that for New Year's Eve. Oh, here we go.
Oh shit. Oh shit. It's my brother during Hanukkah.
Right on time.
Brother, you're always on time. Bobby Slayton on the line, you bad motherfucker. How are you?
Oh my God. How are you, Joey D. Matt Flavor? What's happening, my brother?
You know, it's a beautiful fucking day to be alive here in Los Angeles. The sun's out. You got the world by the balls. How was the Hollywood Improv Saturday night?
You know, the Hollywood Improv, it's so funny because that place, I don't play in L.A. very much anymore because, I'm always on the road. And when I'm home, I just don't like going out. I like being home. And it's always such a hassle to drive around L.A. But, the Hollywood Improv, it's, I don't know if you remember the old days. You're more of like a Laugh Factory Comedy Store guy. Where do you play up there?
I'm a Laugh Factory guy now because that's who gives me spots. The Improv gives me a spot once a month.
Right.
Comedy Store, I haven't stepped foot in there in 6 years, so.
Yeah, they never gave me the time of day when I came down from San Francisco back in the 70s or 80s, and like everybody either went to the Comedy Store or went to the Improv, and there were a few guys that worked both places, but, it was always the women comics, the big loud comics, the prompt comics, and, Howie Mandel, and, there was a lot of guys at the Comedy Store, but the Improv was always cooler. It was Seinfeld, it was Leno, it was Larry Miller, Rick Overton, it was more just stand-up guys without the bullshit. And but anyway, what I was going to tell you was it's just amazing because when I was back in the 80s, they'd have this big lineup of comics. The place is packed every night, and things have changed. They've remodeled the place. It's beautiful. But it's like, you were telling me, I was telling you the other day, it's like, what do you have to do now to sell tickets? It's amazing to me. I go on Kevin and Bean on K-Rock, which, if you play the Comedy Magic Club and you do Kevin and Bean, they tell me they get more people, this is just L.A., that going on their show sells more tickets than if you go on The Tonight Show with Leno. Leno, of course, or The Tonight Show with Fallon would be big all around the country, but as far as L.A., that is a big show. So I did that show. Then I did Heidi and Frank at KLOS, and, the calls trickle in. The shows were fine. I put a lot of hotshot friends on the bill, but to sell tickets in this goddamn town, it's really, if you're not on television, It's fucking impossible.
Well, it's not even the television aspect of it. I played San Diego this weekend, the American Comedy Company, and that was my first time, Bobby. That's why when we were talking, I didn't have answers for you. I'm usually a Madhouse Comedy Club guy.
Right.
But when my agent called the Madhouse and wanted to do a door deal, they said they didn't do well with door deals, and primarily that they didn't do well with Attell. And it really fucked with me a little bit. So a couple
Well,
weeks...
you know what? When you told me they didn't do well with David Tell, you know what? I love David Tell. David Tell's one of the great comics ever.
Greatest! Fucking greatest!
Yeah, he's one of the greatest. And I don't mean this to put down Dave, but when you said that I heard in clubs now, you know, Attell, when he had his show on Comedy Central, was selling out theaters all over the place, okay? And people tell me, like, David Tell, of course, is still great, and he still sells tickets, but not like he used to. And it makes me feel good, not because of his situation, but it makes me realize I'm not alone in this fucking mess. You know, it is so horrible out there. You know what happens now? There's kids out there that go to comedy clubs. People my age in their 50s don't want to go to comedy clubs for many reasons. Number one, you see a lot of shitty shows. You know, you might get the good acts every 3 or 4 weeks. But what these clubs do, and you know, they pay the good acts $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, and then they pay the $1,000 acts. So I have, you know, just open micers, middle acts, headlining. So people still go to, you know, I can't tell you how many times I play a comedy club, and the MC goes, how many people are here for the first time? And you get a big raise of hands of people that have been there for the first time. How many people have never been to a comedy club? And there's more. It's amazing. So people go to a comedy club, they see a crappy show. Then there's DUIs. Then there's a parking problem. Then there's the asshole kids on the cell phones. It's the same fucking nightmare when you go to the movies. It's easier to stay home, get Netflix, buy a Blu-ray player, you know, order in a pizza. So to put asses in seats now is impossible. There are people out there that don't know who David Tell is, and he's a lot younger than I am. So when I go play these comedy clubs, none of my credits mean anything anymore, which is understandable. He was in Dreamgirls, a Rat Pack, HBO, TV. You know, nobody's. It's 10 years ago. It's old news.
But here's the deal, Bobby. Here's the real deal that comes to mind. When I did Spider-Man 2, I remember couldn't get to the set because they used to give you, what's that red drink?
Oh, the Red Bull?
No, what's that other shit, the juice that was hot 10 years ago?
I have no
Not
idea.
cranberry juice.
Pomegranate?
Pomegranate. Do you remember pomegranate 10 years ago? It was $6 for a fucking cup, and it cleaned your digestive system.
Right.
And I remember I would do blow for 3 fucking days, and I thought just because I drank a gallon of pomegranate juice, I was fucking clean and sober. Like, I felt good. So I would go to the set and drink the fucking pomegranate juice. Guess what? When you go to the store now, pomegranate juice, they're giving that shit away.
Right. Well, you know,
Okay.
it's like
It's like anything else, Bobby. But here's the deal that I don't understand. That pomegranate juice didn't get any better. You're a tremendous, way better comic than you were 6 years ago.
I'm well aware of that.
David Tell is a way better comic. I just bumped into Wendy Liebman. I'm in her neighborhood. Another one that 10 years ago was killing them on stage and now can't give away a ticket. And she goes, she can't get people to call her back that used to take her out to dinner. That's the way life is. But it's so weird that I try to talk about this all the time, especially with comedy. If Slayton's in your town, go down there. It's not this. It's to see a good comic. It's to see a good fucking comic from hero to fucking 45 minutes. What is wrong with you people? You people will go buy a ticket for David Spade, who doesn't do stand-up. He's a TV guy. I got no disrespect for David Spade. Fucking Bobby Slayton has worked hard at this. Attell, fucking Chris Titus. These are 20-year veterans that were fucking hot 10 years ago, but now they've evolved. Big Papi won it for the fucking for the Red Sox this year. How old do you think that fucking Big Spick is? You think he's really 27 in his prime? No. He's 48. Even my birth certificate looks like tic-tac-toe. They've erased it so many fucking times. That's what happens when you're a fucking Spick. But he had to be that big old guy to help them win the World Series. I don't care how many young guys he had hitting 300. Without Big Papi, he was the fucking glue. You got to give these older guys the respect they deserve. I can't wait to see you again, Bobby. I can't wait to see guys like Jimmy Schubert. I don't see these guys anymore that I watched 10 years ago and go, wow, these guys are great. Well, guess what? They don't stop working.
Well, you know what? I almost am. It's got to the point right now where, you know, I remember about 3 years ago I did a Showtime special, and, you know, it got me a little, it came out really well. You can still out there on Netflix. Oh, and the money's pouring in from that. But, you know, it was a little bump in business things took off a little bit. But you know what happens now? There are so many specials, and there's so much out there. It's the same thing with books. It's the same thing. When I was younger, the record would come out. The record would be on the end cap of the record store, and it'd be 5 or 10 releases a week. Now there are thousands of releases every day. I mean, there's independent stuff. There's stuff on iTunes, YouTube. It's almost too much stuff out there. And people, look, as much as I love the internet, and it's great for all of us, I'm not going to be some old fart. I'll tell you about the old days. This internet and all this stuff, and YouTube and Twitter, and it's all great. But you know what? There's so much of it now that everything has become just watered down. And you know what it is? They want to get younger people in the comedy clubs. So when kids in their 20s come to the comedy club for whatever reason, they hear me on the radio or they just got a free ticket, and the show always goes great. But they're not coming to see me. And again, my audience, Chris Titus, I love Titus. He does great because he has a special, brilliant man. He has a special, like every year on Comedy Central. That's a younger audience. Comedy Central won't even put guys like me on anymore. They won't put guys. It's a fact. And I don't want to sound like some bitter old fuck like with the Kennedy assassination and a conspiracy theory, but they are going for a younger demographic. And Comedy Central, that fucking cunt Chelsea Handler, it's that kind of crap that people want to see. And there's been some great comics like Chelsea Handler, don't get me wrong. But it's a horrible, horrible little gay gab fest where the Queen slaps everybody down, puts them in their place. But it has certainly made a lot of comics. And there are comics that go on Chelsea who are great for 15 minutes. I mean, really good. I don't really watch your show, but there are some great comics. But they don't have the chops, and they can't do an hour. But what happens, so it's shows like this that put the people out there. I'm not doing these shows. So, the last time I did Jimmy Fallon, who's one of the few people who have been great to me, when Fallon came on, he put me on his show. He said the nicest things you could ever say, and it was a great 5-minute shot. I mean, if a guy doing comedy for 30 years can't do a great 5-minute shot. And I was playing, I think, Gotham in New York City, and the phone rang. They got a dozen calls. And when I did George Lopez's show, the Mexicans aren't coming to see me. They got another half a dozen calls. So it's like the urban acts, the Mexican acts, middle-aged white people. We're not supporting middle-aged white people unless you're on Broadway. I mean, you look at some guys our age or my age or older, Louis Black, you look at Joe Rogan, great comics, but they have their outlets, they have their television, their podcasts, so there are a lot of great comics my age working because they're out there and they're great. But, there are 50 more guys that suck, and they're getting as much work as anybody. And I don't know how to explain it.
Now, there's another side of the coin to this. The other side of the coin is that you have to run with the times. 5 years ago, there was a fighter named, and I talk about this all the time. He was a black guy, something Alexander. He was from Nebraska. And he came into the UFC, and he looked like a fucking black King Kong, Bobby Slayton.
Right.
Bald-headed, punching people. And you look at this guy through the cover, Bobby, and you go, you know what, who gives a fuck? This is just another fucking Superfly guy. Well, one day I found out, Bobby, that the guy had 4 kids. The wife was cracked up. She ended up leaving or dying. He raised these 4 kids by himself, Bobby. He got up at 4 in the morning, went to the gym, went home at 6, made breakfast for these kids, put them to school. Then he drove a UPS truck till 5. Then he went home, cooked, and then at 8 o'clock when all the kids were in bed, he went to the gym till 10 o'clock at night. He'd get home, drink a protein shake, and go to bed and do it all over again. 5 days a fucking week, Bobby. You know what? That made me like that fucking big Godzilla-looking fucking black dude. And the same thing is happening with comedy. It's like 24/7. We have to give them the other side of our lives. They want more now, Bobby, and they'll pay the money once they come see you. That's the outlet for them. So it's a complete different game. And I didn't know it, Bobby, till the most outrageous person explained it to me. Some lady in marketing explained it to me, what you need to do today. If I was a fucking plumber, Bobby, and I've said this 1,000 times, I would be on Twitter. If I was a plumber today, I'd be on Twitter, clean your pipes, $20 off, because it's where people are going. They don't go to the papers no more, Bobby.
I know.
They don't go to radio no more. So the other half of that is we have to evolve also. And the comics that have evolved have also picked up. David Tell is taping a special this week in New York.
I know.
For Comedy Central with the R-rated comics. I know they didn't call your ass.
Well, you know what?
But they put Ali Wong on there.
It's
who's
funny.
not even fucking dirty. I have no disrespect for Ali Wong. She's a cute fucking Chinese chick from San Francisco who cracks me up. But you're a veteran of the game, so whose fault is that?
Well,
Is that Comedy Central's fault? Is that our fault, Bobby? They didn't talk to me either.
Well,
but
no.
there's all ranges on there that they talk to you. So
Well,
that's
funny
the other half of it.
Louis Katz, one of the comics, actually, I didn't know about that special. Louis Katz, one of the comics, came in and did a set and opened up for me, and he told me about the special. And you know what it is? But it's the whole point is, you know, you're talking about that fighter, which is why I don't like the bitch, because there's certainly guys out there that have worked harder and working their ass off. The two things, though, you know what it is, though, man? I'm in my 50s already, and I'm fucking tired. You know, you get a guy like that, and I'm not taking anything away from him, because even when I was younger, if I could do what that fighter did, I doubt it. I raised one kid, and I certainly didn't do what he was doing. But you know what? When I was raising my daughter, and she was a baby, and I got up at 6 in the morning and took her to school, and still went on the road, and still did my radio, and, you know, you have the energy. And after a while, you know what? You start getting beaten down, my friend. You start not giving a shit. You try to hold your head up high, which I am, and it could be worse. I got my health, and things are okay. I'm up now talking to you. But you start getting tired, you start getting beaten down. But the reason David Tell didn't call me is the same reason. The same reason when I had a few little shows, people, why didn't you call me? Because you know what? There's 50 guys out there.
50 guys.
Hey, that if I would have known about the show, and I would have called Dave, and I would, you know, they can only put so many people on. There's so many comics now, and there's so many people working that, you know, you just gotta. Yeah, I mean, Louis C.K. I ran into Louis C.K. a couple of years ago at the comedy festival. I said, God, I'd love to do, you know, your TV show sometime. He goes, I'd love to have you on. I'll put you on. But you know what? There's a million guys, and there's so much out there that you can't help everybody and remember everybody, and it's just tough, man. That's the problem.
You got to work it from every fucking angle now.
You go on Pitbull of Comedy. It was really funny. I get 6,000, 7,000 followers, but you know what it is? Is a lot of people that are sitting on Twitter and a lot of people sitting on Facebook are not my audience. You know, I mean, they have jobs, they have families, they have better things to do. Although I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. It's just really, really tough out there to get that following. You know, I say something that I think is funny and outrageous, and I get 10 people following me, and then I say something else, and I lose half of them. So, you know, that does help. You know, it certainly does help. It's helped Kevin Pollak. I mean, I'm writing my book, and the book is almost done, and it really came out well. But like you said, nobody's publishing your book if you don't have 150,000 Twitter followers. It's a different world.
It's a different world.
I know, and I'm just tired of it because, and I don't want to sound like a quitter or a loser, and I'm certainly whining, but it hasn't really helped me a lot, you know. And I'm so busy trying to write new jokes and write material all the time. That's what all my energy goes into. It's really, really tough. And, you know, when you told me that it's tough for a guy like Attell to get work, you know, my buddy Jake Johansson, there's another guy.
Oh, my God. How many fucking tonight? How many Letterman appearances did he do?
He has about 50 Letterman appearances, and I think I've seen at least 40 of them. And they're all brilliant.
Brilliant.
And this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about.
Guy can't sell a ticket. Guy can't get it. Nobody knows who Jake Johansson is. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, you know what it is? I mean, take something simple. You know, when I talk to an audience and I look at a lot of the young kids, you know, a lot of them can't name the 4 Beatles. And don't tell me before your time. So's the guy in the dollar bill. So's Thomas Edison. So are the Little Rascals. You know, I mean, yeah, it was all before your time. And I'm not saying you have to be an expert in this shit. But, you know, it's so mind-boggling to me when people are on Twitter following Subway and the Olive Garden and Demi Lovato. I mean, that's the mentality. And when you get a guy like you know, look, there's a lot of great music coming out today. But if you can't tell me one Chuck Berry song and you don't know who Elvis Costello is, who, you know, even as Generation X, they're even old. Social Distortion and Green Day are old, but, you know, you need to know all this stuff because everything around today, from the comedians, you know, I see a lot of young black comics, and a lot of young black comics working today, these urban idiots. There's a lot of good ones, don't get me wrong, just like the white comics. But a lot of them, you know, people go see them, and they don't even know who Eddie Murphy was, let alone Richard Pryor, let alone Bill Cosby. Nobody cares anymore. And that's why people like Carlos Mencia, you know, who's such a fucking load, great performer. But the fact that he steals so much material and got to this point, I've had people say to me when I bitched about him, what do you care? What do you care? Everybody steals material. No, they don't. People are so fucking stupid. They think that everybody steals material. Everybody, you know, and it's Jeff Dunham with his goddamn puppets. People have the mentality of 14-year-olds. I mean, Jeff Dunham is a fine ventriloquist. But I once walked into one of his shows, and the yahoos, the idiots, the toothless, rodeo-loving white people, it's horrendous to me, the kind of shit that most people want to see. And they want to listen to Demi Lovato. They want to take, you know, it's just...
You sit there and you can't believe it. It's like Cheap Trick fans. I could never understand why you would go to a fucking Cheap Trick show. I never understood till this fucking day. They had one good fucking song, and after that, I don't get it. But I sat there and I tolerated it. They had to put it in between Pink Floyd and fucking Led Zeppelin. You have to sit there like a fucking soldier. You know what it is, man? But I'm going to tell you something, Bobby.
Yeah.
Whether they don't want to come out, whether they're old, whether whatever, you know what? I fucking did not think I was going to be doing comedy at this age.
No, neither did I.
Once I started getting white hair, I started feeling more and more insecure about my stand-up, more and more insecure about why I was doing this, what the fuck was I thinking. And then I thought of something. I thought of 1984. I thought about the summer of 83 when I don't even fucking drink. And me and 3 of my buddies snuck beers in to see a movie called Easy Money. And we were all waiting to see this fucking old guy, Rodney fucking Dangerfield, who had no fucking career, who was a fucking a salesman who kept writing jokes and who believed in himself. And all of a sudden he started doing spots again. But and that's what keeps me awake every day. I don't look at my white hair no more. I don't look at the wrinkles on my face. I look at what I have to offer in a way. I've been doing this for 20 years just like you, Bobby. And we have a life,
I've been doing it for 35.
Wow. And
Yeah,
we
I
have
know.
to
And that's why
expose
I've
this
been doing it
shit.
for 35.
And you know what?
And-
You're going to have to
and-
fucking shoot me to fucking stop me at this age. And you know what, Bobby? I think it's time that they're going to have to shoot you too. It's time to get on Twitter. It's time to get on Facebook and fuck these motherfuckers in the ass and show these motherfuckers why your families came from fucking Russian part of fucking Israel and sling some fucking dick, Bobby
The
Slayton. You
Russian part of
understand?
Israel. Yeah, you're close.
Or the Israeli part of Russia, whatever the fuck it was. All right, get it together. It's time. You're one of the baddest motherfucking comics I know. Stop the fuck. Get all this shit out of your head. We're going for broke in 2014. You understand me, Bobby Slayton?
You know, it's funny. The last time I did your podcast, the last time we talked like this, whatever it was, 8 months ago, you know, I actually got 20 followers, which is, for me, tremendous. I do these big shows around the country. I think Opie and Anthony the same thing happen, but I go to all these cities and be up for hours. They trickle in. But the Matt Flavor Show, holy shit, it was nice, you know, because you got that great following. You get that Rogan following. You get
These
guys
people are fucking. These
who-
people
guys-
just want
guys who are
realism.
survivors who are fighters, who, you know, and that's the audience that matters out there now, you know.
They're the ones that come out and have the best time. I don't want the people to come out because I'm a fad. I don't want people to come out because of ha-ha and he-he. I'm so happy that the podcast world came because I was so sick and tired. When I did The Longest Yard, Bobby, these people would come to me before the show and hug me and ask me how nice of a person Adam was. And after the show, they would step 5 feet away from me because they thought I was going to go up there and fall on my face and slapstick and do knock-knock fucking jokes. But now the people that are coming to the audience actually want to hear what I have to say because they know what my insides are about. It's a different game now. If I go up there and say I'm going to stab a fucking nun in the pussy, they don't leave there and go home and write it on Yelp. They know that I'm fucking nuts and I'm just talking shit. So all this has helped. All this has definitely helped. And I love these people. Bobby, they're not my fans. We're a fucking family. You know, Bobby, when we were young, we put a picture of Keith Richards up. We were a fan of Keith Richards. Can you talk to Keith Richards on Twitter, Bobby?
I don't know.
No. But you could talk to Bobby Slayton, and you could tweet Joe Diaz, and I'll tell you whatever the fuck you want to know in time. And that's... Sorry I yelled. We're going to get evicted. But Bob...
It's funny. If somebody had told me 5 years ago that Joey Diaz would get up at 5:30 in the morning and doing a podcast a couple of times a day, I said, you know what? I never thought this would happen, but it's great, you know?
Bobby,
Right.
even when I was doing fucking blow till 4:30, I was up walking around at 6 just to make sure it was a beautiful day to be alive. I've
great
always
this time.
gotten up early.
This is when I get up to write my book. You know, everybody's sleeping, my dog's sitting on my lap, and I get up and I work on this book, which will come out one of these days. You know, if I got to publish it myself, but I don't even have the money to do that. And everybody, you know, I've paid for all these photographs. It's going to be, you know, there's so many books out there. This is not some kind of groundbreaking. It's not a new Bible. I'm not, you know, reinventing the wheel here. But, you know, I put these stories together, and I think it was in such a funny way. And it's, I just get up every morning and I work on it for an hour or two. You know
what's
it's
funny,
hard.
Bobby? Like, I like
What
get.
comes of it, you know, what am I going to do? But
I'm like everybody else. I like to get entertained. The only way you could create is by getting entertained first.
I should send you a couple of chapters of my book.
Please
I'd love
do. Tweet it to me, Facebook, whatever you need to do. But here's the deal, Bobby. You know, I forgot what the fuck I was going to say here. What was I talking about here?
Gotta make them laugh, you have to entertain them.
No, you have to fucking entertain them, right? I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. See, this
You know,
is
let me tell you something. Getting back to, I want to just tell you this. So about 3 years ago, me and Jake Johansson, you know, again, 45, 50 brilliant Lettermans. And him and I decided, hey, we should do a couple of shows together. Because a lot of guys do that, you know. A lot of really good comics that can't sell at a theater, they team up. And so we went to Boston. And it was right when my Showtime special, Born to be Bobby, came out. And Showtime gave it some really good times. They put it on, right at prime time, and they really plugged it, for a month or so, because they had 40 more specials coming out after that. So we went out there, and we played a couple of really nice clubs up in the Boston area, up in New England. And, we got on all the radio stations, and I got on the rock stations, and he got on the top 40 stations, and the newspapers wrote some great stuff. And again, he was just on a Letterman, and I just came off the Showtime special. And, we went to these clubs. The shows were great. And we sold like 100 tickets, And it's like, then I go, what do we have to do? What do I have to do? It's just, and like I said, I'm not going to quit fighting, but you just are getting so beaten down, Joey D. And by the way, email me, send me your email so I can send you a few chapters of this book. I especially want to send you the one when I almost got into the fist fight with Journey, those jackasses, when I was hosting the Bay Area Music Awards and doing blow backstage and all these rock stars. I was like Jake LaMotta. They were sending me back out there. You never got me down, Ray. And it was a nightmare at the time. And it was on live radio before they had the 7-second delay. And it was just a chapter I think you'd appreciate of my many chapters in the book.
Fucking Journey. But it's so weird how I've learned a lot from reading books, but the biggest lessons I've learned are from reading biographies. I got tons. You know what I got right now? It's great. You know what I got right now? Because that's all I read. You know what I got right now? And I love all the showbiz biographies, especially, and I like all the gangster ones, history of Chicago. Not only the gangster stuff, but the blues and the history of the blues in Mississippi. Music to me, and the roots of music in New Orleans and all this great stuff. I just finished a book right now. I should send it to you, about Doc Thomas, the crippled Jew who wrote a lot of great songs. He wrote Viva Las Vegas, Save the Last Dance for Me. Lots of amazing stuff, and would hang out in these black clubs, being a crippled Jew. How the fuck does a crippled Jew hang out in a black club without getting a smack?
Well, that's why this book is one of the most fascinating. I'm putting this in the mail. You got I don't even know if I still have your address.
I'll call you when I get out of here and give you everything.
But
I'll see you for lunch or something.
He's one of those guys at the Brill Building in the 60s, along with Lieber and Stoller and all these guys. When rock and roll came in, these guys were cast to the side, and then he made this big comeback. Anyway, but I love it. I'm reading you read the Lou Wasserman book, how Ronald Reagan, that fucking prick, sold Hollywood and SAG downstream. It's just great about how it's great. You got to read this one about Reagan and show business and how nobody gets any kind of checks before. But he did a show before 1970 because of Reagan, and how Wasserman, it was like the mob, how they ran this town. It's a fascinating book. So we're on the same page, my friend.
No, I love it. Bobby Slayton, I love you. You're always my favorite to call in whenever you want. You don't even need permission. Just fucking call.
Here, let me tell you one more quick thing.
Hit me.
Because this is very funny. Every year I go up to the Montreal Comedy Festival, and I host this nasty show. I've been doing it for about 25, 30 years. It's one of the more popular shows at the festival. Rogan did it, Attell did it, Louis C.K., Bill Burr. I mean, all these great, great comics, the late Robert Schimmel. Anyway, Don Marrera. So the show sells out every year. We have thousands of tickets, and that's when they're selling all these. So this weekend, I'm going up to Montreal. Never been up there in the wintertime. Playing a little place called the Wiggle Room. It's cool, retro, martini, rat pack type bar. They just opened a few months ago. It's 100 seats. 100 seats. We're working Thursday, Saturday. The owner called me up because, Bobby, listen, you're a friend of mine. I can't really pay you, but would you like to come up and open up my room as a favor? And I said, sure. To be honest with you, between you and I need to hit 100,000 miles on American Airlines by the end of the year. He paid for my ticket. I'm going up to play the Wiggle Room. Tickets went on sale the other day. Not even sold out yet. We sold 30 tickets for Thursday, maybe 30 or 40 for Saturday. Which, so there you go. I mean, there's a town that I've been working for years and years and years. Pack it every summer. Can't sell 100 tickets at the Wiggle Room.
Well, they're going to fucking pack them in now because we got Canadian friends going to go up there and see you and
support
the fucking flag. You understand me?
Because the Joey D show. And you know what? Next week I'm at the Punchline in San Francisco. That place, I used to play 4 times a year. They call it the house that Bobby built. That was my room. That's where I learned how to do stand-up. Was the Punchline in San Francisco, opening for Seinfeld, Wallace, Leno, Michael Keaton. And over the years, I would work there, and the late, great Bill Graham would have me open for rock and roll bands next door. I'd MC the shows at the Punchline 4 times a year. But the comedy business, so I'm there next week, 1 week a year. Even my hometown of San Fran, my adopted hometown. It's fucking hard to sell tickets. So maybe this will help. But if not, I still love getting up to do your show. I'm up anyway. I'm going to go back and write my book. And send me your email, and I want to send you that book in the mail. I want you to read that Doc Thomas book.
I want to read it. Now, I'm going to see you this week. When you're leaving towards the end of the week, I'll call you later, and we'll figure something out.
Call me later, all right?
I love you.
All right, pal. Thank
you, brother. Anytime.
Okay. All right, pal.
What the fuck, Lee? What the fuck was that, Lee? You didn't straighten him out. You didn't ask him no questions. How you gonna be the next Barbara Walters?
Because I mean, he's your friend.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't know.
You gotta get in there. You're Jewish.
I mean, I know he's funny, and I'm way too high right now. So I'm gonna let you do
bear hit you
shoutouts.
already?
Did they hit me already?
Stop.
Fucking asshole. You know exactly when you said stab my nun in the pussy, and I just imagined. All I could think about was, does he mean like at the clit, or like are you gonna go under and actually into the pussy?
Under the pussy,
like
like The Exorcist.
I didn't know
You
where you
understand?
would go.
Just stab her right in the fucking monkey like in The Exorcist. Let me give some shout out to my man Timmy Ersnor, Patrick Hammond, Luke Malden, Matthew Brother, I love you cocksucker, and Alexander Schiff. The Burn One Project. I just like the name. Listen to this name. Robert fucking Bueno. Are you kidding me or what? Dan P. Water boxing. My girl hit Jill Himitsu. I keep missing the calls. I got to call her back. Like I said, we ain't fucking around no more. It's getting towards the holidays. Listen, you could sit there and scratch your ass and figure out what you want to get for somebody, or you could spend $70 fucking and get them Dollar Shave Club for the year.
Yeah.
Did you think about that, motherfuckers? You're there scratching your ass going, what am I going to get my Uncle Tony? He's a nice guy, but he looks like the fucking wolf man half the time. Get him Dollar Shave Club. Go to my fucking link right there and press the button to the box.
Church.
Joey
your
Diaz.
Uncle Tony?
Yeah, whatever his fucking name is. I don't know. We all got an uncle that forgets to shave and shows up, and you look at him, you're like, look at this fucking bum. Now you don't have to say, look at this fucking bum no more. For $72, he gets a fucking razor handle and 4 fucking cartridges with 3 fucking blades and aloe on it. Who's better than you for fucking $72? For $1 a month, he gets the Puerto Rican plan, but who gives a fuck? He ain't gonna give you nothing for Christmas, so for $12 a month, a year, you get him the fucking blades, right?
Absolutely.
You got a good deal no matter where you're at. No matter where the fuck you at with Dollar Shave Club, whether you go to $1, the $9, or the $12.
No, not even 1, 6, or 9.
1, 6, or 9. Who's better than fucking you? Get it together. Go to Dollar Shave Club. Press button to the link.
Church.
This is the type of motherfucker I am. They ain't even paying me for today, but I'm still telling you that's how good the fucking product is. Because we're fucking savages here at the church, and the holidays are coming, and we're trying to save you some fucking geeters. The same thing. Everybody keeps hitting me up and going, dog, I seen you on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You know why? Because they got HuluPlus.com, you miserable fucks. Go to HuluPlus.com right now. Press in.
Joey.
Into the fucking box. You get 2 free weeks, and it's $7.99 a month after that. Stop your crying. Well, I don't have no money. $7.99 a month. You can stay home the whole fuck for 2 weeks during the holidays, jerk off and watch fucking Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Law and Order, SVU, and a ton of other shows they got there, plus original fucking programming. I don't want to sound like no fucking mook here, but enough is enough, cocksuckers. Go to HuluPlus.com, press in,
Joey,
and get your 2 free weeks, introductory, and $7.99 a month. And stop. Your balls are too hairy. You trim them with a scissor, and you get the razor you get from Dollar Shave Club, and you shave around the outside. Now your dick looks fucking beautiful, and that's how you do it, cocksuckers. All right? What's all this fiddle? What are you looking
I'm
at,
a
Mr.
member of
Syatt?
the Shave Club.
Are you? That's why I love you. That's why you're looking sharp. Don't start shaving.
But
you
I
fuck.
haven't been shaving.
No, you gotta shave. Just because you're hanging out with this fucking guy, you gotta fucking shave, cocksuckers. What else is going on, Lee? It's over. What are your plans for the week? What are your goals this week? What do you want to accomplish? We're going to put Testicle Testament 6
I'm
on
glad.
iTunes over to December. We're going to put the other 6 of them on payloads. A lot of people keep crying to me, Joey, I don't have Testicle Testaments. Whatever. You know that, I tell you what people still get from time to time is a documentary. It's a great stuffing fucking stuffer. How I Got My Balls. Lisa had directed it. Get on fucking ball. These are all things. I ain't selling your shirts or whatever because I ain't got none yet. The website's coming up. We got patches, cups, hats, a fucking frisbee, a fucking condom. You gotta get a church of what's happening fucking condom. Who's better
that'd
than
be
you?
terrifying.
When you put that condom on at the end, it's my fucking face on your dick, and then you get to come in my fucking mouth. Who's better than me? You understand?
That is the most.
They're gonna be $1 a piece, but they're double protected in case you want to fucking crack her up the ass and she got the HIV. Who gives a fuck?
That is the most fucked up thing.
Can you imagine a fucking church
just-
what's happening now, condom, and you get to come in my fucking mouth? Who's better than me?
You're just like.
That's right, just like that, with my fucking mouth open. Come on, who fucking people? My mind works in mysterious ways. You don't want to smoke reefer, you're gonna get stuck in the '80s. Smoke some of this shit we're smoking. You get these ideas that Einstein got. Pretty much, I'm looking to invent the underwater fucking light bulb. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Talk to me, you fucking juice. Tell me something good. You got the flower, the flag of Israel behind
I'm just
you.
imagining now. Now I'm imagining you doing like the dog pose, and you're just pulling your ass cheeks apart. Like that fucking condom is the most disgusting thing.
Hey, I got a kid that needs to eat. You know what I'm saying? I'll take a cum shot to the mouth if my kid eats. It's a fucking condom. Who gives? It's not like
I
they're
hate
really
condoms.
coming in my mouth. I hate them too. Who likes safe sex? Nobody. Only Christians.
Holy shit.
You gotta
no,
get in there. You gotta get in there, right, Lee? You sniff that muffler and put your eyeball in her fucking uterus. That's what it's all about. You keep your eye on that uterus. It might pop out.
No,
That's your goal, is to fuck her uterus till it just squeals. You ever hear the uterus squeal?
No one's ever heard the uterus.
Get it together then. If you haven't heard the uterus squeal, it's because you're slipping, cocksucker. Monday, December 2nd. Not fucking August 2nd, not June 2nd, December 2nd. So you got 28 fucking days, maybe 29 days to get your shit together, to get the new fucking year started. How you gonna do that? You're gonna listen to the church, you're gonna take on it, you're gonna fucking whack off, you're gonna do jumping jacks every day, you're gonna drink water, and you're gonna fucking live life, and you're gonna strap a pair on every day and tell these motherfuckers, suck my dick. Nobody's getting in my fucking way today. That's what that's the new shirt. It's 2014. Suck my dick. Nobody's getting in my fucking way today, huh? Are you kidding me or what, Lisa? Yeah, I'm gonna stab a motherfucker.
I know.
I'm going to kettlebell class, then I'm gonna go right, and then I'm gonna go to fucking buy a car today.
Oh shit, which one are you gonna go with?
Don't worry about it. I'll surprise you.
What's with the questions? Why don't we even ask?
Questions? I know. All of a sudden he's a private investigator. Like he knows something. What are you gonna do all week?
My dad's here until tomorrow after lunch. I'm really happy that the CD. I'm happy with it.
I gotta call Joe and let's see what's going on. I'm also calling the guy that I'm putting a new CD out on vinyl.
That's so cool.
On vinyl, motherfuckers. Just for some special collectors with a cover. I'm gonna be with a finger bang in my asshole. I'm going all out. I always cried about how you open up an album cover and it doesn't talk to you. We're gonna make this album right for you. I'll let you know as it comes up. Remember, this Friday I'm at the Kaluka Casino in Sacramento.
Oh shit.
Saturday I'm at the McDonald Theater in Eugene, Oregon. Next weekend I'm in motherfucking Nashville. Christmas night, me and Lee Syatt are hosting a fucking special screening of The Grudge match. If you don't bring reefer and a bulletproof vest, don't come. All right, and if you don't have a little retard helmet, don't come because shit's gonna go down. And the 31st, I'm at fucking John Lovett's Comedy Club, $30 fucking, 8 o'clock show. You're home by or at a party by 11. We get to laugh a little bit. We're gonna have T-shirts up there. Lee will not be there, but who knows? We might have to fucking blow up his plane, and he might have to stay, and it's all over. That's how we do it.
How come you haven't invented, the helmet with the two beer cans?
Because I don't.
Why can't you invent it with like two joint holes?
Because 2 joints ain't enough. You
Well, it is for a
understand?
little
Not in
bit.
my fucking world. I need a helmet. I need a helmet surrounded with joints.
Yeah.
That you just press number 2 and it lights up just in case. You got like 90 fucking joints.
That's what I'm
because you're
saying.
going to war. You don't got time
Yeah.
to take it off.
You don't got time to use your hand to smoke. You got
Nothing. You just put a tube in your mouth like a little guy in a
Yeah,
wheelchair.
that's what I
and
want.
suck on that motherfucker. Make the wheel spin. You know what I'm saying? Make the wheel spin, cocksucker. Where the fuck has this podcast gone to today? I hope you learned something today, cocksuckers. Don't let nobody fuck with your dream. Don't let nobody fuck with you. It's 2014, basically, so don't let nobody stand in your way. It's going to be a great fucking year. Who's that depend on? You? That's it. I don't give a fuck about society or the calendar or whether or not people buying shit or whether or not the traffic or Netflix. All that shit could suck your dick. That's all predetermined shit you put in your head. When you wake up in the morning, you grab your cock, you pull the skin back, you look at that fucking pee hole, and you tell that motherfucker, today's the day, cocksucker. Today's the day, cocksucker. And that's where you get your motivation from. You don't need Red Bull or Anthony Robbins or Anthony Hopkins or some fucking guru to tell you, you got to look up at the fucking sky. The motivation comes from your fucking nutsack. You grab those nuts and you say to yourself, Jesus fucking Christ, why did he put these 2 fucking grapefruits between my legs? So I could sit here like a fucking idiot and look around like Buddha, or so I could go there and make somebody taste my fucking venom? Pick side B and you'll be all right. Go out there and let them taste the venom from your fucking nutsack today. What, Lee? What?
I want to put cameras in your house because I just have this image of you waking up with the robe on, with fucking going to the bathroom, but like tilting it back and like looking at your pee hole.
I do the whole thing.
It's the day, motherfucker.
As
and
I'm
your pee hole's
peeing, I
like,
pull
what?
that fucking cock back and I scratch my nuts underneath and I sniff them as I look at my cock and I go, today's motherfucking day, Marine. You want to play with the big boys? Today's the day they drop you out of a fucking helicopter and you take that fucking office hostage. And if you're not leaving the house thinking like that, I tell you what, you're leaving with the wrong fucking attitude. That's the truth. Dickie say, you don't leave the house going, maybe today I'm going to sell. No, I'm going to you look in the mirror before you leave, and today I'm going to fucking make some motherfucker pay for me waking up. Whether I learn something new, whether I do 10 jumping jacks, and guess what? My fucking money is in their fucking pocket. And I ain't got a gun and I ain't got a knife today. All I got's a yo-yo and a fucking big-ass heart. That's all I got. So that's what you need to do. You don't need a gun to make your point. You just need to point your fucking cock and fucking pump that motherfucker like a double-barrel shotgun. And for you women, do the same. Grab that pussy and realize why your father fucked your mother. Not to make some fucking chick that is a fucking cutty cooker fucking faggot chick. She fucked your mother so you can become a fucking woman and go out there and you control that fucking monkey. And you know when it's your time to grab a guy by the hand, put his fucking face in your pussy and let him smell the root of your fucking patois. That's what Mondays are about. You know what I'm saying, Lee? What the fuck? If we go down, so it's up to you whether you want to go out standing or you want to go out on your knees. That's all up to fucking you, motherfuckers. Monday, December 2nd. Play that fucking music, Lee.
Oh, shit.
What? You didn't read the heads.
I'll do it after the song.
I love you guys. Stay black. Have a good day. And when you get on that bus, tell them all to suck your dick when you got the earphones on. Don't forget to listen to the live podcast today. We ain't fucking around no more.